to my pefra. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make this nation great and strong. Open your here. May we take. I'm glad that when you made the mouth and any Ghana forbidden come up. Your bread away in him. Open Bawumia, I promise you, so best scrap some taxes. So buy more. 2025. And Tigana for zero you mate when you driver. Tigana for to Abamano. Now to me Magistiano. Nene Radi Begistiano. Now on one casa on Nanda Ghana no bar. With this 4 taxes no. Obey you through Emma Ghana. You want to me at open your here. Maybe I'll be farmer Ghana. You take Ghana foot.
Okay, Medals Miniana there are certain things via a banisia ana ye can you need to say it said the beya betimi aboa na oman no etimi akoso ye etimi achechire Ghana man na Ghana man so obia etimi anya ahoto ewom na ye hu se yes eye no kre oman na ye chechire na nya ba akofo nim de ene ye de chechire e de nipa dodo na say sometimes duru ba bia yenso ye ka yenso o sempanyimfo so etimi efa enti ye kan nyina no ewom saa but all said and done no e dey asem na ye betimi finalize na yaka ama obi a etimi nya no ho ahotoso se ampa Ghana emra ewa ha na ye mpanyimfo aye de Ghana ahye omu sa na eno a wutie ye maame Shawisa o ka kire yen se if you are a leader you must be truthful to your people.
Yeah, because we be no question say that why leaders if you Ghana Africa.
Yes, that would be the most difficult thing Ghana for. May place a question on a general perspective. Yeah. Say Africa per se, but on the Feriasi now the fact is not okay. We are not being faithful, we are not being truthful, and other things. So it means he say leaders, when we appoint you, there is a responsibility on you. Now, if you come to politics, I or my Ghana per se, most of our leaders are liars. Most when it comes to policy implementation and other things, majority of them, they don't tell the truth. They are not faithful to the things that they say to woo the ordinary Ghanaian for that fantastic vote and power that we have. Enti aya eduru baby a ne kano aya na ayedin. But all said and done, say ye to aba e de mapanyini na se panyini ni timi nya tumi ni wie na ontumi mfa proper policies and measures. And some of catching timamufo ansa na ye de tumi ni ma no ontumi mfa ngufoma ene na eye asema ano eden pa ye ye bedan ye timi aye sa nyema we nyina eye nukuredie ene ye de to aba eye pepepe yo ene ye de to aba eye eniema efata ene ye de ye abato said ye be ya obi a ebeka say yes ade a ekosui eye ade papa enti yenhwe ne yenka ensema ekoso because of the manifestos na empanyfo ne de banintino day in day out obia de ne policy eba or per se policy na ode ban eno obeye ho adwuma but most of the times empan bebre wo mu a they are not the truth awo mu catch Ghana for na on Bawumia medical can on several platforms say not every politician and most of the times sabi omu enka no kre e wo Ghana but dia me di mani ehu ene dia me di maso ate ene niema most of the times me hu na me kenkan no e kire me say most politicians in Ghana they are not truthful and they are not faithful to the words that they tell Ghanaians. Now very few years ago na Dankwa Akufo-Addo ene the mandate ema eye neba your friend Mahmoud Bawumia together with the finance ministry. You why your tea and some di BBL friend electronic levy at the back of my Ghana. And basically the electronic levy transfer say it was mandation no papa and I say Jumakuya ye free the Ghana Revenue Authority. Now say na ehon hyehyeye kakratia ebia na wura fi nti pepesa me ka na ma kakra bi na ye nyina yesua de e wa ha de edikan The Electronic Transfer Levy Act 2022, Act 1075, and Electronic Transfer Levy Amendment Act 2022, Act 1089 impose a levy of 1% on electronic transfers. Eti afe yeje act in the year 2022. Say sa act where dia be say who transfer sika from one point to another pointer, you beto a charge of 1% on electronic activities. Number 2, the levy is charged to the transferer at the time of transfer. It is a me and I may transfer sika ediama me maamia ewo mobile money 1% of sika na may transfer no you better me. According to Mushisha Yamu de Baye. And it may send you 100 Ghana cedis. 1% of 100 Ghana cedis and Umbeti every second. In that case, electronic levy a tax and abanintino. Number 1. MTN for medical charge may send it TNA. Some may send this 100 Ghana cedis. Ama me mamia. MTN will charge our motie. Omudiani 1 cedi and no umbeti. And son and nam say the electronic levy tax and so bentino. Sa 100 Ghana cedis na may transfer no. And also no omo beti e the fees omo beti 1%. Inti indirectly me no near 2%. And now say 2 cedis e the free misiken. According to omo act no omo de buy no de na e no no. The levy is charged by the entities listed in the first schedule to the act. Eti yede enkonfo bi eduadua levy na no say san konfo we ene wo hutumi say san konfo we ene wo hutumi say omu ebetimi atetiska no na afi omu de ama oman Ghana. The Ghana Revenue Authority is responsible for collecting the levy and paying the levy into the consolidated fund. Eti na chese ade no efunu na ni abi. Na all said and done. There was a time abra MPP for eba edisa levy baye. MPP for the NDCs vehemently spoke against this tax. Say emwa omai enkoso. The NPP spoke vehemently in defense of this tax. Now, the woman ye hwa de bi. Tema ade yi baye no. MPP mpanyimfo MPs nyina eba be ka kire Ghana for say COVID-19 abadia hochira ba and for that matter say yenya enhihye bi na Ghana for yanje antumi say oman na ye kekire no ye de eto na ekekire oman no na se yebetimi agina ye na so na yebetimi akoye nima ni nyina no agina oman ne kekire so a enne na kyese ye ntimi emwa ema Ghana entimi emfiri adomu nkwa adomu etomu sere Ghana for say ye nyina ye ngintum na fe ye ntiase na nado dan kwa kufado on for that levy no mra na fe omu entimi emfa all said and done. Don't forget, after initially Abraham implement here, you know, sa 11 no, catch Ghana for say, nanke 1.5% in a buy after Anjabia, the yeti yenself, only 5 that's not free so I'm an about 1%. No problem. At this ika ebma or my Ghana and in another danko kufado and then call for. So Bekaya. Abra MPP for ayo mo promise yeti emire bi se omu ka asem bi kire yen se aye papa ye fa no Bawumia'S camp ebe ka ensem bi wabontin se ye di yi levy no eba no na papa ye fa no Bawumi'a na won pene so nanso omu kan finance minister ne nkofo antiase e de sa ade no ebai na ye me de se uka aye so many things afei eba as a reform to the policies of Mr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Afei enwa say na amen na ye den na afei yaduru ha. Ananu ya Bawumia has been the flag bearer for the MPP party. The MPP people have been able to select Papa Elfen Bawumia say omra no medu omanim na omum breaking the age every year from 92 we ko 8 omu eba be break omu bebubum no ma atimi attract to the next stage na de wo mu nie ananu yi ena papa Bawumia ko gina platform so say or kasa to the ordinary Ghanaian na fe what is some key points bi edigu form edema Ghana for na de edikan ne nsema o kan no ebi ni Derek me patcho mame sa picture na wo di guy picture one no photo so mame na fe me fa enkam asem Bawumia policies awade ban emu ensem ni bi ni to make or see I will abolish e-levy, electronic levy. Now, then it's a now you pass it na for the past 2 years. Yet, you Ghana for chin yes, I see cano. Afe, the policy was say Ghana for to about the Mawa no Bawumia in 2025. No, be president for the Republic of Ghana. At the end of the day, now they say you kono. I will abolish e-levy to make towards a cashless economy. However, we have to encourage the population to use electronic channels of payment. To accomplish this, there will be no taxes on digital payment under my administration. The e-levy will therefore be abolished. Thank you so much, Derek. It's affecting Bawumia'S onunani swadi huni nshise diemono. Or percent Ghana for after ye kwa babia any kwan say you kura sika bebre ewo yensem na say ye nkura sika ne adi sika begu ye phone so ye sika betu ye bank account mu ewo ye phone so ne atimi anante abra sika enkura ye ne a ne adi sika adi dwa ne dwa ewo ye phone so abra ye mfa sika kan na ekode a ono Bawumia'S tax na eda e-levy no so no ono oba obi ye fi so me pa cho ye ntie ade bi wo hapa yi de edi kan question we I was say Ghana for nyina busa Bawumia yembisa Bawumia say adenti ena obeyi tax na ade free e-levy so if you say idea ni implementation ni ya then you need to encourage Ghanaians to participate more say the beya e betimi aboa ma Ghana enya sika nemom sa wo se wo pese nipa bebre utimi encourage yen na yetimi enya sika na obia ye involved in the cashless system na wode bana na se nipa betimi buy to this idea and implementation dia ade se wo yi tax na da so no free so dia na kire wo say omom de sa tax we buy it a simple logic a simple deduction omom de tax no buy no de kan sa tax na da electronic levy no so no are preventing Kofo to get interest in that activity. Say baya nipa betimi anya wodo ene ahofama na fa ye nyina ye de esika ato ye phone so ye de esika ato ye bank so enkofo ni gige wo mefise woni mpefe so de esika to ni mobile money so no wo transfer ye bete no tax da so enti a discourage nipa bebre emma wo mu emma metua ye that thing no na say that tax no for that matter wo mu aye discouraged about taking part in the digital platform Mr. Bawumia ese wo de Ghana econo a simple analogy and for that matter so obetimi encourage nipa ama enipa etimi anya more vim any more believe dia and was a tax no you or the atoso no when you free so now the question in here so we tax now will it encourage Ghanaians to participate on that digital system? Yes, Ghana for beba so we kura 200 million no transfer 100 million from the phone so e dia kogu the bank account and now we'll transfer 100 million the amount will be a tax on betty calculate 1% of that 100 million and the MTN for betty now they're shady not bisa who say yen one say an army it's Mr. Bawumia in the first place this analogy is telling every Ghanaian say this implementation from Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo the e-levy taxes now 2020 and Kofo simpie so kasa ye emu ko ye ntinchini ade na omu defend ye omu defend no sana enya de papa enya de nimdie wom enya de beboa Ghana for according to Mr. Bawumia ade bia Bawumia so be ye free ho bia na chese eye koto be kuma ena omu de baye and this is number 1 afei number 2 Bawumia see the new policy Derek aye picture 2 place on the screen so na for yanking kind. My new policy will help eliminate emissions and betting taxes. Me ba your question. Bisa wo say emissions tax wo ho. Ane ye de aba. Car to wisie ye de aba. Number 2, bisa wo say betting ya nkwala twetwetwetwai tax da so. Ane anano akola bi di 60 million. Abai 10% awogiyen eye 600 million. akwa no di 60 billion na 10% of GN no 600 million ote abamu na wo free adanko ame sabi akwa na se won ote enti VAT very say betting no taxes da so Bawumia'S dey about betting and emissions taxes no was dey. The new policies that I am proposing to implement in 2025 will give us the fiscal space to eliminate some taxes such as the VAT on electricity. Now no electricity tax we man so aba ho e ma ye ba be ko strike nyame ya adoma se nke ne kwa ne ko se ko strike no but em say ban no so wo hold on but we so ba obeji sa de na free tax 15% tax or so be ye free. Number 2, the emissions tax car to risie and also tax obey free and the betting taxes without compromising our deficit target. On fa ho say e car Ghana bebo no on fa ho sa tax miensa we obey free car to risie obey free betting obey free and afei electricity VAT obey free bisa ho say na dan kwa kufado wone ne wo faase kanufuriata sa niema miensa we mu de baye no ne bebo Ghana for ana emwa Ghana for adenti na afei de Bawumia'S so won be president in 2025 sa taxes we obey free e ka che yem pefe say we enye ade ne ato sabi sa policy na Bawumia ene eye kanufuriata ne na dan kwa kufado wo mu de baye no na ye kotobeku ma taxes e for that matter Bawumia hu say enya de anyansa ne nimdie wo eno nti oba obeye free ho na yentwe 2025 wo beyi sa niema wo ye free ho ansa anase ene wo betimi akache wo economic people no say sa niema wo amwa so obeye free ho enti a simple analogy sa niema wo ye omudi aba no nyansa nim na ye kabo nimdie nim na medical can fi ha che Ghana for say Kenoforiata must be blamed for the opposition the MPPs are going and no na afofele e wo Bawumia policies a wo de atudwa e de amagana for no afa Lincoln me patcho mame ne third policy na fa me mfa me nsam na mra wiye ne third policy de asem na Bawumia eka I will introduce flat tax regime if I win 2024 elections e de enti na Bawumia eka sa afa say ye haba enema na wo kafra bochie de ba afa flat rate at the hop I will be able to. It doesn't matter near many containers our deba. My administration will introduce a very simple citizen and business friendly flat tax regime. The flat tax of 1% of income for individuals and small and medium enterprises, which constitute 98% of all businesses in Ghana, with appropriate examination threshold set to protect the poor. With the new tax regime, the tax return should be able to be completed in minutes. We will also simplify our complicated corporate tax system and VAT regime. Bawumia'S watnase no hu se obepiem wo ma Ghana ma enwuma ye no eya nkra enwuma nketenkete ene enwuma ye de boye ne akasa brabo no mu bra enti se oba be ye president a de edikan or the flat rate beto ho e de ama adwuma bia efi se wanye ne sa enkofo bebre adwuma begu me patcho me ne wo kase omu introduce tax bi wo airport e ma nkofo koyi niema na afi ne nkofo su me patcho wo kai enti se Bawumia catch ye say ene obana say these are the policies are over implement ya me patcho did he consult ne master Nana Danko Kufado about the policy statement ya or the about to Ghana for any yana. And no a multi-billion questioner yen giant enfama the MPP for. Now Martin or platform be so say the new MP elect honorable member or onyanya MP aspirant ya yilo ewo I think achema ebuakwa side ho papa ye friend no boys kasa samia wuku ye bisa no on different platform and or dipu mu say Bawumia ne Nana Danko Kufado na tenase ya omo yes our policy no and for that matter everything Bawumia said any policies na ode bani nyina no Nana Danko Kufado e full knowledge about those policies. Number 2, everything about Bawumia say any implementation or say or person or the bra of my Ghana no was say NPP mpanyufo omo full knowledge about what he said but me catch no blame say any sadia any na MPP for omo ya kromfo omo ya wicked people tienye bisamsa adentia said and some Bawumia kan ye na se MPP mpanyufo nyina have full knowledge about this na nadan kwakufado have full knowledge afei can of forget our full knowledge there omo ye wickedness ni nie. Number 1 ade na Bawumia ne policy no farmer to just obey free SHS free ho adentia adentia Bawumia ne policies na on to dwa no wa moso da se free SHS obey free ho adentia because free SHS is a dying policy and a trusted policy Ghana for nyina pe tienye and for that matter want to be touch that policy if you say and fast one in die wom ade bia Bawumia so obey free obi a che say eye musuo de ma o my Ghana say enye musuo na kade fast one break Ghana and commercial to aso aye me say yem bisa ne say adan no say VAT on electricity obey free ho Ebwa Ghana and I Ebwa Ghana. Ghana for su and I Ghana for sere. So I say Ghana for su and to obey free what that implementation from the master no it is leading them to position. Number 2, what betray the MPP party. What catch the MPP party for say sabi omini nyansa policies. If you say the VAT on electricity 15% was so about obey free ho. I don't know about when some kina no for being count. A simple analogy I'm a person no ye. Number 2, adding a tax on emission. Car to receive was so about be free ho. What the electronic car say ba. It is a no idea no ni ho. Na Bawumia catch them na wantiana. This idea and this betrayal will automatically lead the NPP to opposition. Number 3, was so about afei taxes no obama flat rate pipacho ye hunkofo bebra ene day omusu ewo port enkofo su se taxes na ye dia ba o Ghana 2024 pipacho taxes almost about 4 or 5 and amatimi implement ewo afei mu February adan and lo and behold don't forget in 2016 mabonu TV so dia kire me say ye ne ye kan ye betumre ne ya kire wo sie no Bawumia ka kire Ghana for say MPP will move Ghana from taxation to production. Me patrona just said, "Ye tax no de bache chire man no." Na mom won be free e to jeje e dia ba adwuma yo na ma Ghana timi anya adwuma na de mo na ye nnwuma no ye bie nnwuma no na fe o man ni mu expand bisa ho se sa na ekoso enana ene sa na ekoso it is our master the policies bi aba o man Ghana me ne wo ka say there is an emission levy ekoso e Ghana adaba for betia tua enche me ne uka say VAT on electricity na eda ho a ekoso e man kofo ensu ho yenim so watweansan yo so wantwensan yo me ne uka say uwram wo porta enkofo ensu mama se wo ba na obayi sa ne ma wo nyina afiri ho a me ne uka say sisi wo transfer ye levy money on mobile money paper cho tax da so do you know sisi mobile money wo bobesia me pa cho ye 2 processing fee ma de akire wo fie hada say mobile money se wo bobesia e wo mobile money so a na MTN for na wo bom wo besia na me pa cho processing fee MTN for eti. I just want to tell you say o man na ye govern no empanyufo e de hyehyɛ papa e di gu form e di ama Ghana for a enka wo man no e betimi akoso na timi akoso ye but because we have wicked leaders and I'm saying ye tumire ye pese ye kyerɛ empanyufo esie day in day out and kure and ye ka de kyerɛ Ghana for na mom ye ntwa tro en kyerɛ Ghana for ma Ghana for nka say oh enkofo mo nka no kure anase enkofo omo niema omo ye no emfa ade papa bia mre o ma Ghana leaders ayaselati wo mu no so mbetimi agyina wo mu na so na fe o matimi aye niema papa e dia boa ama o my Ghana timi akwara ni ma enka I tell you 100% say enka Ghana ye nko problems muda na mom ye mpanyufo de bia ye de ye ho to wo mu so Ghana mpanyufo ya select wo mu say wo mu ni o my Ghana so na fe o mu fa Ghana mfiri adom mu nko adom mu no that knowledge no e problem e di ma wo mu e na day in day out wo mu entimi enhu sa nim de no na enam so mu hu sa nim de nti no de bia no menum mienu ye ho be kire na ye ho tie ne a de ne betimi aye the only thing any mandate no e ya de ba kope saa de no ene se me ne wo me pacho ye betimi anya nigye na afei ya to aba e de atia sa nkofo no na se yeto oba de tia wo mu a afei onyankopon bedi ne hene na afei nkofo wo betimi aye ama o man Ghana atimi akọ anim no wo betimi aboa ama Ghana atimi akọ anim agwase na nka mepe mobile money ayibi na nka me de akire wo ne wahwefo no nanso asa me hu ba bia akwakohye the reason why ntia wo mu eye sa enema so o gi loan from mobile money. Yes, some they are that. Yes, me they are that. But yeah, me they are several occasions. Yes,
about a year interest rate just so your due processing fee.
Good.
Who give loan? Mobile money is here.
Good. Eti bisa who say MTN e banga na. Eti who is scrutinizing the system? Say they pay ya me no mienu. You betimi anya better office. Near the Abuama or my Ghana at the
MTN. Who you now say you see Kana? Abano said,
Eti, what Bawumia'S akwasi, who nim dem? What do you think will happen to Ghana?
No, but to me, here, one in the penina.
Okay.
All the economic policies, no offices, no could because he's the head of the economic management team. He's second in commander. We are good for the free war. And to set the son of Bawumia'S over to me, we don't have any problem. Only is here, my entry. Near we say Bawumia'S to be back. Look at mobile money sensible. They be all come once on tax because now OG loan our MTN for say any loan be more on platforms come a processing fee. Now you said the interest at a moment. What you know where is coming about to electronic transaction levy and your free so look at it is a amount by 300. When the next crowd it's about 280 plus. And me do 300 Ghana cedi the other one. And to that's what you were my na so my elko say ya. Timamu be den ya hoto.
Okay. Enti wa mu nyina no na akwasi eya ye catch the Ghana mpanyimfo say wo mu entimi muwa na Ghana entimi enko nanim. So wo antimi amfa hye papa angu ho na Ghana entimi anko nanim a eni akwasi eniema in fact eya na eden but all said and done ede ne ebetimi aye ede aboa ama Ghana etimi akọ nanim eye hye papa se me no mienu ene Ghana mpanyimfo ya to aba ede ama wo mu day in day out e wo se Ghana mpanyimfo etimi boa na yetimi enya eniema papa na afa yetimi hu se Ghana ye firi adomu kwa adomu na Derek me patrol as early as possible quickly me patrol afa hwade bi sisia na de eye picture bi amam adanse enti afa fatu so na Ghana for enhwe sisia me the first picture bi amana osisi afato so na Ghana for na kwasi amofa enkenkan emfama ne nkofo a wo mu ehwe Maranatha television na wo mu enhwe ade se Derek Nsaka onfanto so na fe yenhwe ade wa me kire wo se Ghana panyifo nowadays the system is very corrupt and for that matter me ni gidie e wo politician bia mu bio if you say politician no day in day out o mu nka no kre emfa nkire Ghana for Ghana ni no yen ka no kra mfa nkire yen eti akwasi me the picture ma Derek or the tuswa you will read it out na fe what kire Ghana for say and ekoso o ma Ghana and some of the policies are empanifo diaba as a result of economic hardship akwasi kenkan eche won komfort
mama kenkan
yes what say
emfama Ghana for hasenu mama nhwe no hasenu
yes eti enye and that's what fear wo hwe yen no wo so wo de ani try it and see na hwe ade a ebesie
sisi eh ne wa ye no
eti dey
your live on Facebook Maranatha TV o see loan amount that bet me wana ba kase man many budget pa
on this plane to Suma
on this plane to Suma na me ntumi kan yen fama Ghana for hama but me bet me dey so e wa say no more
okay
loan amount 490
okay ntinka me 4.9
yeah
okay
processing fee 4.9
1% of
1% of 490 no
it's 4 cedis 90 pesos
disbursement amount 485.1
what you say
out of 490 no you negative 4.9 free mo
okay
you paid into your Momo account
okay
now when you yes the percentage ba be ka dey obetwa no ho
okay eti after Derek eti wonim meji 4.9 or tip processing fee of 1%
e dey free
now we are after Derek masa the second one be
what's the 90 pesos
yes after me the second one be amount sanfa the toaso na after hwade na hwede wo mbeje free me ho me the second one na ama no eti after se me confirm ya sika wey na omo beti me in the next 30 days enie na that
controversial
yes I am very painful omo ma me 4.8 because somebody can't be a day every so any taxes me that in the free so the second one a man now or display to swa you will see say after 4.8 na meje ye no wo indirectly no a 4.9 na me request now and see who say and beka ho ama 30 days metua but what beto so the amount
confirm your repayment plan.
Okay,
or say 1 Ghana 490 ujia in 30 days. 43.60 fee in 30 days.
It's one interest so
43 Ghana cedis.
It's factor 4.9 no 43.60 factor 4.9 no almost 533.60
now
30
days.
Yes, for so me back.
Now, what do you call confirm the end of it? Me done for so when you.
Yes, now bisa who say, so me the 500 Ghana cedis. E to me mobile money wallet so. Sa interest we me nya.
Dabi.
Enti di entia.
Wo ye be settle.
Ye be settle
ko to so no.
Yes.
Ye be ko yin so ya.
Yes, enti bisa who ye Derek Mo na me show. Enti unim, it is high time I was a Ghana for ye di enhye papa. Ne ye dwini nyansa. E ma wo man Ghana. Enya no. Any policies I did no ka. Enti na Mrs. Service. Who free US buyer, ambassador catch and say, it is not about the math, it is about the truth, it is about being faithful, it is about the fear of the Lord. If you fear God, you give your people better implementation and better policies. So me in Ghana, I don't believe in any politician. John Mahama is one of them, and then Bawumia'S is also one of them. But this case, NPP will go on a position for different parties to take power.
05371 5838 February 9 to me come on.